Yeah. This is the Legacy League. Tell me what will your legacy be? Yeah.
Welcome to the Week 2 edition of the Postgame show for this winter Connecticut season. I'm your host from the Week of Rebound, Greg Horne. Got my boy Nick with me. I was going to say something cool about my career in the league, but there's really not anything cool. I played with a three-time champ, so there's that. Shout out Rosinski. But Nick, how you doing? It's a Friday night. How you feeling?
Man, I'm great. Watched some good basketball last night and can't get better than that.
Yeah, no, amen. Well, that's a good trend. I like that. It's a good transition. Let's get right into it. So we had week 2 of our Legacy Leagues action, and we're going to start off with an absolute banger, which is NLMB and Run TMC, a game where on the last post-game show, I'm pretty sure everyone picked Run TMC. And NLMB came out and dominated this one, 82-70. It was a game that not many expected NLMB to take, and I got to give them some props. I mean, I know before the year I was kind of high on them. I really love James Harrington. I think he's athletic. He's one of the more athletic guys in this league, and he's not 6'2", he's not 6'4". He's probably 6 foot, maybe 5'11", but he's one of my favorite players to watch in this league. I think he's so versatile. He doesn't really take threes, and that's why I love his game. A lot of guys in this league that can't shoot, not saying he can't shoot, but it's just not a high percentage shot for him, and he knows that if he takes it to the hole, and then you got Dante Hodge, got Alex Willis coming, who Alex Willis, for people that don't know, is from Get Money, and he came over to NLMB, kind of made his own team. And, NLMB kind of took it to Run TMC. Run TMC had a good game. Will Hudson, shout out Will, he had a good game. But Reggie Stewart, very uncharacteristic in his performance with 16, only 5 of 15 from shooting. And, TMC just looked a little underhanded. Chad McCoy made his debut. Shout out to our guy, Chad. He really did his thing out there, but it just didn't seem like it was enough to take down NLMB. But, Nick, you were there. You were doing stats. You were putting it in the iPad. What did you see?
I mean, it was throughout the whole game, NLMB had good ball movement. They were all talking to each other, communicating, good defense. They all shared the rock too. No one took it into their own pace. Like, everybody did their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's how they got it over on Run TMC.
Yeah, no. I mean, I couldn't agree more. NLMB, they play like a team. They're a well-oiled machine, and shout out to Christian Dessou. He came, and I think this was his second game he played, and he absolutely went crazy in this game. I think he's figuring out. They got a little Splash Brothers duo going on with Dante and Christian, so I gotta shout out NLMB. For TMC, keep your head up and keep pushing. You guys are veterans in this league. You know how it goes. Just keep doing your thing. But for NLMB, man, this team's coming. This is a team no one wants to play. They're doing it the right way. And I just got to tip my hat to these guys. They are awesome. And shout out to NLMB. Next week, they got Get Money, so that's going to be a big test for them. So just don't sleep on this NLMB team. Moving on to the next one, we got my boys taking care of business, Flint Tropics. All right, this is going to be – I'll make this quick and easy for everyone. If Flint's hitting 21 of 36 from 3, no one's beating them in this league. Sorry, Pratt, you ain't beating them. Joey – try again. Rosinski didn't make a team. Get Money. I really don't want to piss Kyle off, because I think Kyle could drop like 70 on any team, so I'm gonna leave Kyle out of this. But man, Flint. When Flint is on, Flint is on, and I mean they shot 80% from the field, or 60% from 3. I mean, what else is really to say about this? So, Flint, you're my guys. I pretty much glaze you guys every week. I'm gonna go to FD Ballers. Love FD Ballers. I want to give these guys some props. Last week I said that their better players should take more shots, and that's exactly what they did. They were feeding their guys shots. Only 4 guys took shots for this team, and I know obviously they only had 5 guys there, but they're starting to figure something out, this FD team. This is a really hard first 2 games for these guys. Week 1, they had Get Money. Week 2, they get Flint. So next week they get Team YOLO, and that's going to be a much more attainable game for them. So I'm really excited to see what they can do. I just really want to give a shout-out to all those guys on FD Ballers. They were doing their thing. Dave Otero looked great out there. Same with John Gold, Griffin Andrews, and John Brunetti. And shout-out to the OG, Junior Jimenez, who we need to get him a point. We owe him a point. But shout-out to FD Ballers. You guys fought in this one, but, that's what we do at Flint Nation, baby. We just steamroll your favorite team. And we're going to move on to the next one here. And this is one that Nick saw and I saw as well. I think everyone watching the live stream in there was watching at the end. and that's Get Money Yaggaville. And Yaggaville ends up taking it 68-67. This game had everything you want in a Legacy Leagues matchup. I mean, you got star power, you got 5-time champions, 3-time champions. You got Eric Langston doing his thing out there. You got Jay Velez hitting his corner 3 that he always does. I mean, even Brill is back playing in this league. I mean, it's just seeing this game was like a classic Legacy. This is like a Yankees Red Sox. Like this was cool to see. And I got to shout out Tyron McRae. He went down with an injury. I hope he's doing well. Hope he's resting up. But he's a big loss for this Get Money team. He's one of the best players in this league and one of their best players. But, Nick, I'll kind of let you lead the way right after I say Kyle Davis MVP, starting the train already. I think Kyle Davis is maybe the best player we have in this league. He's just phenomenal. But, Nick, what you got? How did Yaggaville take it?
Kyle's a great player. I mean, I'm new, so I'm getting used to all this. But, it definitely hurt Get Money losing one of their better players. But it was close through the whole game, and Yaggaville really showed up and showed that they could run this whole league. And honestly, like if they prioritize, and they run offense around Eric Langston, like he's a dual threat. He could post, he could defend, he could shoot. Like he's everything, and he's exciting to watch.
Yeah, Eric Langston is one of the people that runs this league in an amazing way because he just makes it fun. He's having fun. He plays basketball the way it's meant to be played. It's just a kid's game, and he's just having fun, and we love Eric Langston. And for anyone that doesn't know, last year Eric Langston in the finals hit a crazy 3 from damn near half court with about 7 seconds left. So I couldn't agree more, Nick. That's just veteran. You're being a veteran analyst right now. You could tell Eric Langston, they got to go through Eric Langston, and that's what they're going to do. And shout out Mike Davis coming back to the game. Mike Davis is the GOAT of Legacy Leagues. I pull his player profile, him and Reggie's all the time, but he's a 5-time champ for a reason, and he's going to figure it out. He just had to shake off a little rust. This Yaggaville team looks good, and they're really coming. Shout out Pratt, too. I know these shots are going to start falling for Pratt. I know Pratt's due for like a 50-point game, but I just really want to give credit to Get Money for staying in this game. Get Money's always been one of my favorite teams since they've been in the league, and they fought in this game. And, man, let me tell you, Kyle Davis is just such a great player because he knows these guys on Yaggaville. They play in other leagues together. They're all like kind of friends, and he was having just like Eric Langston, big smile on his face, just out there dominating. And this is what you love at Legacy Leagues. But we'll move on to the next one, and the next one wasn't as close, unfortunately. 2 teams we love, Lord's Army and Team YOLO. Lord's Army ended up taking it 96-45. And this one was not close, 23-12 after the first. And in the second quarter, Lord's Army outscored Team YOLO 30-6. Shout out Team YOLO first. Want to give my boy Rico a shout. He's doing his thing. He's doing his best out there. He's fighting. Jamar Petty actually looked a lot better. I think he's really starting to play better. And same with Kenny Melendez. I think they're going to figure it out, this Team YOLO team. But they're just a little thin in their depth. And you need bench spots in this league. We saw that with Run TMC earlier. And, we might see that with Get Money now that Tyron's out. And for Team YOLO, we might need to see more guys in the game. Because if you look at Lord's Army, they got a whole fire department on their team. And it's just, Lord's Army also are extremely talented. You got people like Jacob Morales, he's one of the better finishers in this league. And then you got Jaquan Bromell, who just can jump out of the gym. Alex Rivera, you know what? I'll do it again. Alex, you had 14. Sexy Lexi with 14. And EJ and just Son Sita, and they just got guys. Everyone contributes on this team. They play the right way. They remind me in a lot of ways of Flint, how they just work the ball around, find the right shots, and have a lot of fun doing it. And Lord's Army's coming. I think they're a sleeper team. I think this week, the theme of this week is the 2 teams that you don't want to play is NLMB and Lord's Army, because you'll go in that game and you might think, this ain't Yaggaville or this ain't Get Money, and then they can absolutely go toe-to-toe with these better teams in this league. So shout out to Lord's Army. They're just coming. They're playing well. And, I'm excited to see kind of what they can do going forward. It's good to see when last year we had a few teams split up and make new teams. And sometimes the new teams aren't that great. And it looks like NLMB and Lord's Army are here to stay. We knew Yaggaville would be. And shout out Lord's Army. Y'all are balling at the moment. Team YOLO, head up. But, speaking of keeping your head up, we got some week 3 matchups on the horizon. So, Nick, now you got to make some picks. So now if they come up to you after the game, you're the only face they're going to see. So I'm going to start off with a good matchup. Flint, Run TMC. Flint coming off 2 huge wins. Love Flint. I ride their bandwagon. They haven't been tested yet. So this is a new-look Flint team. Flint has won a championship before, but a much different team. This is going to be a good test for them. But Run TMC, it's going to be hard for me to pick them after last week, especially with the way Flint's playing and the fact that I love Flint and TMC hates me. So I'm going to go Flint. Nick, who you got?
I mean, they're both great teams. I mean, also
Agreed.
first coming off a, 50-point game for Matt Fink. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But for be able to do that back-to-back, it's tough, but obviously everybody's looking for it. But I don't know. With Reggie Stewart, he's special. Like, he's a good ball player, and he can move and shoot and everything, and I think he's going to be a problem. But, I mean, a 50-point game for one player, I mean, in a 40-minute game, I think I got to go Flint.
Hey, welcome. Welcome to the bandwagon, Nick. You made the right choice there.
It's tough, but I don't know.
No, I agree. This is going to be a good game. TMC always plays Flint close. TMC is a good team, and they're going to be pissed off. And I know Reggie. Reggie's going to be coming. He's going to be coming out firing. And I'm not going to say anything bad about Reggie or any of them because I know Reggie will let me know if I do. And I love all those guys, but it's going to be a hard-fought battle. And it's another example of, like I said, with Get Money Yaggaville. It's going to be a game you love to see in Legacy Leagues. But moving on to the next one, speaking of Get Money, we got Get Money versus NLMB. Get Money losing Tyron McRae. NLMB coming off a big upset win over Run TMC. Whew. I mean, look, I'm going to go Get Money here because I'm not betting against Kyle Davis. But, man, NLMB, I'm telling you, I know Get Money won't sleep on them because they all know each other. Like, they're all good. Like, they're all friends. Whew. This is going to be a battle. And I think it's going to come down to the big men on both sides who can kind of just dominate and just be the better rebounding team. But I'm going to go Get Money. But NLMB, man, I'm worried about that pick. What about you, Nick?
Like you said, it's tough. I mean, they're both great teams, but I think the two point guards they got, Dante Hodge and the other one, Christian DeQ. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I don't know, them two together, they're shifty, they're quick. I mean, it's a 4v4, so they're moving around the court. I got to keep up with them. Considering Get Money lost their one of the star players, I think I'm going to have to go NLMB on this one. I mean, they're both great teams, but, I mean, losing him is tough. I mean, they did put up a good battle against Yaggaville, but NLMB looks good.
Yeah, no, I agree, especially Tyron. Tyron's an extremely savvy defender, and he would guard some of those guards, and that's where NLMB's strength is. And the thing about NLMB is they run around, they make you work on the defensive end so much that you kind of run out of steam, and Tyron is what made Get Money such a good team on the defensive end.
They do get down the court fast, they do.
Yeah, they push it, and that's the key in this league. That's something that a lot of new teams kind of figure out. 4-on-4, you better push that ball.
Yeah.
But speaking of new teams, well, YOLO's more of a rebound, but this is game of the week. This is Greg Horne's game of the week. Let's sound the alarm. Do I got an alarm thing? Let's see. What do we got? It has to be like no. All right, I'm gonna have to get an air horn sound effect. But YOLO FD Ballers. This is a game. Both of them, they want to win. They're both probably looking at this like, guys, we can win this game. Both teams 0-2. Both teams have been blown out. As hard as I love Rico, and I root for the FD Ballers guys. This is like picking your favorite child. It's like I don't know, but I think I gotta go with Team YOLO and my guy Rico. I think they just kind of know how to get things done. I think it'll be a close game. This is gonna be a close game, I think, but I'm gonna go with YOLO and that they're just gonna something's gonna click. Their whole team's gonna show up, and I'm gonna stick with my guy Rico because he's a real one. What you got, Nick?
No, I'm agree with you, Team YOLO definitely, but obviously going to be a close game. I haven't had the opportunity to live stream or stat any of their games, but I have seen clippets of them running the ball up and down the court. Both special teams, both have something to prove. I mean, but my pick's Team YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO, right? All right. I mean, hey, that's going to be a good one. I'm excited for these two teams because that's a game that just these two teams are probably so excited for. And, I'm wishing them both luck. Shout out FD, shout out YOLO. But the next game is going to be a really good one. And it is Lord's Army versus Yaggaville. And this one's got some spicy takes to it. You got some cousins playing. I mean, this is just a game. So just so you know, Nick, Lord's Army and Yaggaville, Jay Velez and a few guys on Lord's Army were on a team together last season. They lost in the semifinals. And then Jay went with Yaggaville, who was kind of a roster from a former team, and that's his team now, and now Lord's Army's their team. So there's a lot of history here. Yaggaville looked amazing. Just like you say, Reggie Stewart's a baller. I couldn't agree more. Reggie Stewart and Mike Davis are two guys I usually don't like to bet against. It's hard for me to pick against Mike Davis. I've seen him do it too many times to teams, especially when he gets going. And I'm wondering if Jelly shows up for this game. I know, Nick, you haven't. Jelly, Javon Chapman's his name. He hasn't come yet this year. He was there last year. He damn near could have been Offensive Player of the Year. This guy, Jelly, is his nickname Jelly for a reason. He reminds you of James Harden when he plays. He's phenomenal. So if he shows up for Yaggaville, I don't think Lord's Army is going to have enough to beat him. I just think Yaggaville has too much talent, too much chemistry, too much firepower. And I think if Pratt and Mike are shooting a little better from three, which is bound to happen, I just don't know if you can beat this Yaggaville team. I'm sorry, Lord's Army. Who you got, Nick?
I mean, you're making great points. I mean, I can't really say anything else. Yaggaville looked great. I watched them the whole game, and they were moving the ball. I mean, they're special, like I said. So I'm going to go Yaggaville as well.
Yeah, no, Yaggaville is special. And Joey put those championships little logos on the back of everyone's jersey. And when you look at Yaggaville's roster, they got a lot of championships on the back of that jersey. And that's just why I got to go with them. I mean, it's like you said, just they're a special team. And Lord's Army, hey, clip this and prove me wrong. I know Sexy Lexi's watching, so all right, I can't say that twice on the show. But you know what? I love you, Lord's Army, but I gotta agree with Nick with Yaga. So going forward, there's gonna be some big games coming up. I'm excited to see Get Money play TMC. We got maybe a little Yaggaville Flint Tropics. That's gonna be a big game coming. So we got a lot of great Legacy League action on the horizon, especially after that Christmas break. But for me, Greg Horne from the Weekly Rebound. Nick, you got anything else? You want any hot take? You want to call a player out? You want to be like, I don't know, like Pratt, you can't shoot anything?
I'm gonna keep it to myself for this one because I gotta get to know everybody first. So don't wanna ruin that yet. But I said it before in this. I mean, Reggie Stewart. I mean, of what I've seen so far, my MVP so far. But it's been 2 games, so you can't really say much.
Yeah. 100%. Only been 2 games. Reggie didn't win MVP last year, so it's not a bad pick. Yeah, he did. And, look, it's like you said, 2 games, a lot of Legacy Leagues basketball to be played. For me, Greg Horne, for Nick, it was a pleasure. It's been a pleasure so far this season, and we can't wait to see who's crowned champion and how this season plays out. Happy holidays to everyone, and that is a great Week 2 post-game show.